on with ecovantage.com.au.
I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my free throw. Oof. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
The new Kia Seltos. That's what's poppin'. And yeah, it's got options. The new Kia Seltos. The word is out.
Brand new whip, just hopped in.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Go FIVEaa, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Ali from Go FIVEaa Marion and Colonnades. This month we have a great offer on Melrose Fish Oil Health and Heart. Save 25% off recommended retail price. With 500ml, only $22.50. Follow directions for use.
Go FIVEaa, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Monopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Hi, I'm Jo. I'm a registered nurse and I work with St Louis Home Care as a clinical care coordinator.
St Louis was started by my great-grandmother and is one big happy family with lovely staff just like Jo.
The people that work for St Louis are very loving and caring.
Whether it's personal care, preparing meals, shopping, home maintenance or social activities, we help people stay at home for longer.
If you're interested, come and join us.
Google St Louis Home Care today.
Ahoy, me hearties! It's Barnacle Bill's Bounty Pack! Sumptuous butterfish, prawns and calamari, spring rolls, chips and tartare sauce, and a 1.25 litre Coke, all for just $28. The Barnacle Bill Bounty Pack won't cause a mutiny in your budget. Sensational seafood on a 1.25 litre Coke. Heave-ho into Barnacle Bill today for your Bounty Pack for only $28. Ha ha!
Fresh from the sea, it's gotta be Barnacle Bill.
On 1395 Adelaide's FIVEaa, this is the FIVEaa Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry.
Yeah, 6:30 on a Tuesday night means it's time for the FIVEaa Fishing Show. Welcome along. It's all thanks to TJM. Four-wheel driving, and you want to get there, you want to be TJM equipped. Go to Nailsworth and Clavelli Park. So welcome along, Ned McHenry.
Did the live stream got this?
Yes,
this man coming in and taking the donuts?
Oh, look, there's only a couple
Can
left.
we see that?
Hey, it's for the grandkids.
Look at him leave with the bag. It's full. If you don't know what's going on, Timmy's just crept back like a turtle into this studio, stolen the donuts and left. Does he always do that? Is that
Daylight
normal?
robbery. That was amazing theft work.
My goodness, man.
Came in with
Is
the
that
bag.
on?
He had the black jacket on too, so he looked like a real thief.
Are they for himself, or is he taking those as he got a bit of a...
He's saying the grandkids, but who knows if they'll get home.
Absolutely not. They won't make it home. I had to mention that. Thank goodness we've got the live stream now so we catch him out.
Caught red-handed.
Weeks ago he would have got away with that, but
I
no
know.
longer.
Unbelievable work. Well, welcome along to the fishing show. Lots to get through tonight. We're going to speak to Jamie from Tucker World Adelaide very shortly. We've got your hot spots, our tip of the week, obviously. Before we go anywhere, we generally start with what day of the year it is. Do you have one for today? No, you haven't.
I don't have it today.
That's okay.
Oh, no, I didn't do it last week and I've kind of fallen off. Do you like that? Do you like that touch?
Every now and then, yeah, when we have that.
Give me the break and I'll have it after the break what date it is today. It'll be something ridiculous, as
like
it always
World
is.
Ducks Day or something
Oh my
stupid
goodness,
like that.
World Stationery Day or something, I think it was last week. I mean, give me a spell.
Well, you've been much more busy today because you've been out on the water, I hear.
I had a little arvo, Sammy. Wasn't out on the water because I don't have this bloody boat. But the lesson is you don't need a boat to actually catch fish. I cruised down after work. We had a half day today.
Yep.
Took my squidding rod. Just walked the rocks there near Warina and Second Valley. I tell you what, one, it's a lot of mindfulness, Sammy. You feel very good doing it. And two, you get a couple of squidlies. So
very nice.
Got some squid just walking around there. I will say there was a bit of tide. And when you're land-based, you do need a heavier squid jig. So always talk about the size of the squid jig is relevant to how quickly it's going to fall. If you've got tide or you're in a deeper water column, you need a heavier squid jig. That was the case for me. There was a little bit of tide around, plus I was land-based, so I wanted a heavier jig so I could cast it further. I was using a 3.5 and even a 4 at times. Managed to get about 6 or 7 squid down there today, just land-based. So yeah, really good option around Rapid Bay, Warina.
Well, nice. So now when you go fishing and you've decided to go for a half day, did you go on your own?
I went on my own. I just cruised around. I took one squid rod down there. That's all it was. I was just purely fishing off the rocks. It was only a couple of hours, but certainly worth doing. And as I said, managed to get some squid. The heavier jig was important though.
Yep.
It made me, it gave me the option of casting a little bit further because it was more weighted, and it just sunk beautifully with a little bit of tide around. We know squid prefer less tide.
And are you listening to music during this time? Are you just listening to the wind and the waves crashing?
I'm listening to some crazy music that is the thoughts in my own head, Sammy. So I don't know what Spotify playlist that is, but there's a lot going on in there. So no, that's what it is for me. I'm an energetic guy. I'm a busy guy, but I like to wind down. I was walking those rocks, casting for squid. It was sensational.
I love the calm in that. It's such a, as you said, mindful.
Look at me just calm down as I even speak about it.
I like that.
I won't be calm for long because I'm excited. We've got fishing, boating all around the state, and we've got a fantastic guest, Jamie from Adelaide Tackle World Metro. He's going to talk us through how to get these local salmon. Jamie, you there, mate?
I am, mate. How you going, boys?
Going really well. I was just explaining to Sammy then, mate, I went for a bit of a walk and did some land-based squid fishing. Went really well today. It was good.
That's good. You got to get your boat ready and get out there and get the squid in your boat and turn them into some whiting as well. So, but it's good to get them land-based.
Hey, speaking about the whiting, I really want to talk about the salmon because they're thick, aren't they? They're pushing right up the southern coast, and there's a lot of ways to capture them. But you're a man with a finger on a pulse. He works in a tackle shop, the best tackle shop in Adelaide, Adelaide Tackle World Metro, as I finally get that out. You've got your finger on the pulse. How are the winter whiting going, and what other species are you hearing about being caught at the moment, Jamie?
Well, the winter whiting are going pretty good. They're in certain spots, but we'll come back to the whiting. The salmon, as you said, that's the one that is really exciting at the moment. They're everywhere and in various sizes, so anyone can catch them land-based, and that's the key to it. It's not necessarily boating weather at the moment. It's pretty wild weather, so there are plenty of land-based options that you can get them from fairly safe, places like some jetties and breakwaters like St Kilda, or from the bigger surf beaches to get the bigger fish.
And what other jetties? I know Port Noarlunga recently has been going really well with the salmon. Is that a jetty that's just recently opened up and there's salmon there?
So Port Noarlunga jetties are historically a really good salmon jetty, and the worse the weather, the salmon fishing tends to be a lot better. So you get those really big windy days, the big swells, and Port Noarlunga goes off. And it had some upgrades done recently, so it's reopened in the last few weeks, and I've been down there a couple of times and got some fish, and it's been pretty good.
Brilliant, brilliant. So if you are land-based or you're targeting these salmon out of the boat, just talk us really quickly about how to set up. So just imagine someone's never done this before. They want to get into these salmon, which are super thick at the moment. What kind of gear do they need to have?
Look, as a basic setup, a 9 to 12 foot beach rod, and it doesn't have to be overly expensive. You can do it, $100. We've got a combo at the moment, $100 for a Penn surf combo.
Yep.
You can go to that. That will do all of your surf fishing and salmon, and some lures or bait, and it is what you make of it. A 9 foot lightweight graphite rod with a lure, 30 gram, 40 gram metal lure, and just casting at schools or moving along the beach and working the section of the beach. Or bait fishing, you can just put a pilly out there on a gang hook and sit and wait if that's how you want to do things. And it's easy fishing too. It's plenty of options for salmon, trout, bigger salmon, and kids can do it. Like I get my son's down there with me, and he's pulling in these salmon, and it's fun and
it's a good way to do it, isn't it?
Mm.
And when we are catching these salmon, Jamie, how are we preparing them? I know they're not the best to eat, but have you tried smoking them? I know fresh they go okay, or are they just better off as bait?
No, they're pretty good to eat, and I think we're spoiled here in SA with our whiting and garfish and squid, and we've got some pretty good fish to eat. But salmon are not that bad. The old saying is they're good smoked, but they're pretty good fresh too, and I don't mind eating them, but they're fine to eat. Prefer a King George whiting, obviously, but nothing wrong with the salmon.
Absolutely. Hey, and just before you go, thank you for that report with the salmon. What about these barrels down at Port Macdonald? I reckon I've heard they've shut down a little bit this last week. Have you been selling many barrel lures to people in Adelaide heading down there and chasing the barrels, Jamie?
Look, the weather's sort of kept everyone off the water in the last week or so it has slowed down a little bit, and you won't get the reports through when no boats are on the water. probably the biggest thing. I know tomorrow the wind backs off and the swell backs off a little bit at Port Macdonald. Thursday's looking okay, and there's a few guys I know that are going down there and trying to sneak out for a quick session. So the reports, I think the reports will come back through once boats get on the water again. I don't think it'll put the fish off the wild weather. It just won't be able to get out there and get them.
Well said, well said. Well, we'll be watching and keen to hear that with great interest, won't we, Sammy? Jamie, our guest, thank you for joining us, mate.
You're welcome, mate. Thank you.
Good to have him on, Sammy.
A really interesting guest and lots of great insights there.
If anyone's got their finger on the pulse with fishing and what's going on, what's being caught, it's the man in the fishing tackle shop, the biggest fishing tackle shop every day.
That's where you go for advice, and you can always get plenty of great gear from, of course, Tackle World Adelaide Metro, who are going to bring us our hotspots later tonight as well.
Have the hotspots after the break, Sammy. Plenty going on there. We've got winter whiting, different salmon bits and pieces, some freshwater stuff. I won't go into it now, otherwise I get a little bit excited, but really keen to go through our hotspots.
All right, we'll do that after the break. It is currently 20 minutes to 7. You can have your say as well on the show. 8223 0000 is our number. Feel free to call in if you've got anything you'd like to share with Nettie.
Sammy, can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
I've got some cockles to give away.
Do you tonight?
I've got some cockles to give away. I've got 5 kilos of cockles, fresh cockles, ready to go. Give away cockles occasionally on the show. I've got a box ready to go out.
Bang.
So anyone who's got some information might want to send through a bit of a hotspot, what they've been catching, what they've been hearing.
Bit of a story.
A whiting fish, our core tonight. A free thing of cockles.
Wow, fantastic.
Not bad, am I?
You are
not bad, am I?
Fig jam. It's 19 to 7.
He's got one of the best kicks in the AFL.
Smith there, the shot, they're in front. That's better.
And each week, Crow star Brodie Smith joins the FIVEaa Sports Show. Thanks to ACET Couriers. Need something delivered for your business? Don't risk it. Ace it with ACET Couriers.
Did you know at a New Orleans jazz funeral, mourners follow a marching band playing sorrowful music? Once the body is buried, the mood changes to upbeat jazz and dancing. To celebrate the life of your loved ones, choose simplicityfunerals.com.au.
Too many bottles, cans and containers aren't being recycled properly, ending up in the yellow bin or landfill. Direct Collect is solving this for good. Sign up to Direct Collect today and they'll deliver one of their blue bins to you. Once you've filled it with bottles, cans and containers, all you have to do is book a collection and Direct Collect takes care of the rest. Your refund will be deposited to your bank account, or you can choose to donate it to a participating charity or club. Search Direct Collect online.
If your business needs finance fast, speak to Universal Finance right now. Universal Finance make business loans easy. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now with same-day settlements in most cases. See Universal Finance in Kent Town or search Universal Finance. This is general advice only, and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
If you've had solar for 5 years or more, you might be thinking about electrical independence. Solar tech has had a bit of a glow up lately, so batteries are more affordable and easier than ever to install. If you're not getting the electricity savings you used to, it's never too late to supercharge your solar with a battery boost. So chat to Go Sunny Solar today about how you can make the power shift with our $0 deposit battery plan. Visit gosunny.com.au.
At Orana, we believe everyone should live the life of their choice. We create opportunities for people with disability to live as independently as possible. Orana support people with an NDIS plan who are looking for a short break away from home. Stay from 1 night or up to 12 nights. Short-term accommodation can be a welcome break for the individual, their family, or a stepping stone to living independently. For independent living, make your home with Orana. Visit oranaonline.com.au. Orana, creating opportunities.
Tax time is Triton time at Agostino Mitsubishi. Your new Triton is ready for immediate delivery, no waiting. And how's this for peace of mind? Get a 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. Don't muck around. Tax time is coming, so make the most of it. Get behind the wheel of a new Triton ready for immediate delivery from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. Exclusions and conditions including Mitsubishi servicing apply.
Is there a God? What is the meaning of life? Do I actually need unlimited data to watch a few cat videos on my commute? Cute.
Question everything, especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
On 1395 Adelaide's 5AA, this is the 5AA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry.
16 minutes to 7, Ned McHenry on the 5AA Fishing Show on till 7 o'clock. We got the news and then John Blake to come up after that. 8223 is our number. Feel free to call in, say whatever you like. Bit of fishing related stuff. If you've been out on the weekend or you've had a fish like Neddy has today, what's catching, what's not.
Got those cockles to give away, Sammy, whether someone wants to cook them up or they want to use them as bait. They might turn them into some beautiful whiting. Any caller tonight? Welcome to call in and grab those cockles.
Fantastic. All right, it's time to get to our hotspots so you can find out where you can use those cockles if you wish to use them to fish. Thanks to Tackle World Adelaide Metro for the best range, price, service guaranteed. Head to 612 Port Road. There are Allenby Gardens or go online, tackleworldadelaide.com.au.
Neddy's Fishing Hotspots.
Righto, Sammy, let's get into it. The Onkaparinka River has got my eye to start these hot spots. The winter bream season is in full swing, so some big bream going there, Sammy, up to 40 centimetres. Catching them on bait, of course, as we catch everything on, but lures too, so soft plastics and hard bodies. Anything in about a 3 to 4 inch kind of size, you'll catch some beautiful bream in the Onkaparinka River system. So we know we'll get mullet and salmon trout and bits and pieces in there too, but the bream will go hard, so they'll fight beautifully, Sammy.
Lovely.
Get on board with those. Salmon in Westlake, we report that all the time. It just must be bloody
They're
thick through
everywhere.
there. And right along the coast, we spoke to Jamie about that. So if you want to listen to the podcast and go back if you've missed that, it speaks about exactly what kind of gear you need and where you should be targeting those salmon. They are so thick. And it's a good option to go down if you've got kids or you want to get them into fishing. They'll slam 10 salmon and fall in love with the sport.
That's how you fall in love, exactly right. That's how you get a start.
If I had a couple of kids, I'd take them down there. They'd get the salmon in. I'd sit back. I'd have a Great Northern Zero if I had training the next day, and I'd be right into it.
So here's my fishing story. I don't have many. I've only got one.
Here we go.
This is my only fishing story.
Yep.
I did, what was it, I reckon it was year 10. We did high school, like aqua sports and stuff, and I chose fishing because I thought, well, that'll be easy.
Here we go. See, this passion started a long time ago. You didn't know you'd be doing a fishing show in a few
I didn't
years.
know, right? This is the only thing. And then I could use this to bring up as a story. But I went out and we were down at Noarlunga, Port Noarlunga.
Yep.
And there was this lake, had nothing in it. And we used that to fish as our aqua sports place. And it was absolutely woeful. I had nothing. And I didn't fall in love with the sport right there and then, where I could have gone to West Lakes and I could have caught some stuff.
That's the
problem. And I would have actually liked it and learned some stuff.
What a great lesson. If all the parents are listening, if I was a parent, now I'm not a parent, only 22, don't have kids, but if I make sure they're catching fish.
Correct.
We spoke about this on the show before. Nathan Van Berlo, he's a cracking bloke, midfield coach, love him to bits. He takes his little girls down to the little, the Glenelg Marina.
Yep.
They get little Tommies and little bits and pieces. They have a ball.
Got to get something.
They don't care about the size of the fish. They don't want to troll all day and catch a barrel. They
You don't
just
even
want
have to
fish
take it
coming
home.
in. They want good action.
Yeah.
Get kids into fishing. It's a
Absolutely.
good passion. They'll waste all their money down at Adelaide Tackle World Metro. Keep moving. Whiting in shallow at North Haven, near the channel. So deeper is going okay, but in shallow, in about 12 to 13 metres, heard some really good reports of school kind of size fish and people getting their bag in there. So near North Haven, the channel there, Sammy.
Beautiful.
Moving down to the Flurio and KI, beach fishing going really well.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks down there, some 7-gillers coming off the beaches, Waipinga, Parsons, but you will get gummies and school sharks occasionally down there. Not saying it's super thick. Around the passage with boat fishing, certainly the shark fishing's excellent, but some 7-gillers, you'll get bronzies. We know the salmon are around, the tuna are around over summer. The sharks will not be far behind. American River and Antechamber whiting, and the southern coast... the south coast of KI, the southern bluefin tuna, I reckon maybe they're just starting to lean out a little bit.
Oh,
I don't want to say
finally.
it because I've said it before and they haven't. But yeah, anyway, I think they're just starting to slow down. Hey, Primo's called in from Port Victoria. Did I pronounce that well? Is it Primo or Primo?
No, you did it very well, mate. Very well.
Oh, it's not often I get them right.
It's like Cafe Primo, mate.
Primo!
Yeah, that's the one. It means firstborn.
Okay, you are the firstborn, or was that a bit of a joke when they did it?
Second. Parents might have been orange.
That's a gag.
Very
good. Hey, have you been fishing, or what's on your mind?
Mate, well, we're meant to go this week, and but we're going next week. We always go to, just waiting for the weather to be right and the tides to be right, and I like it nice and calm.
Yep. It makes everything easier in the boat, doesn't it?
Oh, mate, it's just like, we were out... Actually, you know what? Last time we were out fishing, it was raining. It was the first time I fished in the rain. And we had to dig up raincoats, but we dug them up, and so we just stayed out there and we bagged out, so we did well, yeah.
Hey, I'd deal with rain any day before wind, hey, out in the boat.
Oh, really?
I think you can deal with wind. As you said, you put a jacket on, you just get under cover or you nut it out. When you've got wind coming in, howling in sideways, you're stumbling around the boat, that's when you start thinking about heading in.
Exactly.
Well done.
Whereabouts you normally go fishing?
Well, it's a very good question. I go around everywhere. If I had a job and it was fishing, I'd be travelling right around the state. But usually down at the Fleurieu Peninsula, I love catching the tuna over summer, kingfish down there. But at the moment, it's whiting. But I don't have a boat at the moment, Primo, so I need to get out with you, please.
Mate, well, you got to talk to Ian Bonini. Have you heard of Skipper Ian Bonini?
Haven't heard of him. What, does he run a charter or?
No, he doesn't. But there's charters at Port Victoria as well.
Oh, yep.
And that's insane. What's it called? Insane Fishing, I think it's
called.
called.
I've seen them. They do well on the whiting. We might need to get him on as a guest. He smashes the whiting.
He does. We've been pretty good with the whiting. Every time we go out, we always bag out. And, once you bag out, we go for snook and we go for garfish. Garfish are out now, but in summer when they come in, yeah.
Absolutely.
Primo, snook are starting to come in now.
Love your work. Raymond from Salisbury Plains. Got any fishing info for us, Raymond?
Well, you're after a bit of a hotspot, I hear, Ned.
I'm always after a hotspot, Raymond. Guilty for that.
Mate, Glenelg River is always my favourite spot. Round between Donovan's and Nelson itself is brim, and more brim.
Oh, you love the brim. We spoke about the Onkaparinka River going well with some winter brim at the moment.
Yep, and the perch will not be too far behind too, I expect. So, mates, if anybody's keen for that sort of thing, especially a bit of topwater action in the late evening, early mornings, with the perch, they'll be on the job shortly. But mate, there's plenty of brim down there, heaps.
Well done. Hey, we haven't had a better call than that, have we? Raymond's got some cockles, Sammy.
Sorry, well, I was talking to Jono in the producers.
Raymond's won the cockles. Have you been listening to that or not?
No, he can have the cockles. No
Raymond's
problem,
got the cockles. Well done,
Done.
Raymond. We'll get some cockles out to you. Stay on the line. A comprehensive report on what the brim are doing in the Glenelg River.
Very
and
nice.
here you are, just daydreaming out to the window.
You know what happened? Jono was in my ear just then, telling me that Primo had called back and he wasn't finished.
Oh no!
And I was just saying, look, Primo's going to take a back seat for a minute because we've got more hot spots to get through.
But he's
calling again.
We've got more calls. Primo's coming in. Primo, just give me 1 sec. I'm just going to get through these hotspots, please. Yorks, the jetties, Wool Bay and Edithburgh, the squid are going well. Flatty's land-based, flicking around lures in the shallows is going really, really well. Be awesome to see them just explode out of the sand and chase a lure, Sammy. We forget about the flathead a little bit. The focus is on the whiting and the squid and bits and pieces, the tuna over summer, of course, but the beautiful, humble flathead, there is not a better eating fish in the sea. Over at the west coast, Farm Beach, what an excellent winter fishery that is. Whiting in close, garfish too. The sambos will be around off the west coast for sure, out a little bit wider. It's just about getting the weather to be able to go out and target those. Freshwater, big redfin at Maiponga, and Murray Bridge and Tailem Bend, some redfin around there too. Sammy?
Fantastic work. Now, I know we started the show asking what national day it is today.
You gave me some homework. I didn't have it. Usually I open up the show with what national day it is.
So I wanted to know, so we did a little bit of homework during the ad break, didn't we? Did we land on a day at all?
So, there was 2 that I chose. There is about 30 or 40 days. We're going to speak about how does this work? Who decides, right, that they have the right to have a national day?
That's right.
So when do we get our national FIVEaa Fishing Show Day? When does that happen?
Well, you know what? I think we decide now. We get to be the arbitrators of this. We're going to say next Tuesday night is officially the national FIVEaa Fishing Show night.
We're going to have a party. I need to bring in some prizes.
Absolutely.
Everyone do not go to work in on Tuesday. It's now a public holiday.
Lock it in.
Because if there's a national vanilla milkshake day today, that is honestly a thing. It's National Ugliest Dog Day today.
No, it's not.
If people can have those days and have the rights to that, we can have a National FIVEaa Fishing Show Day.
Who's celebrating National Ugliest Dog Day?
I don't know, mate. I don't know who gets the right to choose that. I don't understand it. But Tuesday, it's FIVEaa Fishing Show Day next week. I'm bringing in prizes. Bang. I'm bringing in balloons, all kinds of things. We might even get Stephen Rowe to stick around because if there's one man who would love that, it'd be him.
Our viewers and listeners will love this.
Absolutely.
It's going on.
We're having a party. Do not go to work next Tuesday, everyone.
All right,
stick around.
Lock that in your calendar. It's time for our tip of the week.
Nettie's Fishing Tip of the Week.
Fishing tip of the week, Sammy. It's a tackle storage option. So I want to talk about tackle storage. It's super important to be organised with your fishing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a bit of a fishing nerd. I like to stay at home, get my rigs organised, do my knots, get my rigs sorted.
Yep.
But there's a good reason for that, because when the whiting are firing or something's going, you don't want to be stumbling around your gear, tying stuff, da-da-da. So my tackle storage is I put them in Ziploc bags, the pre-rigs, right? So when I'm ready to go, I can just whip it straight out of the Ziploc bag and put it on. And I know a lot of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the problem with a Ziploc bag this time of year, Sammy?
Oh, what happens?
Your fingers, they get cold, they get sore, and you're trying to close that little seal or you're trying to open that little seal. It's just hard. Imagine your cold fingers out there trying to get a rig out desperately when the whiting are going.
Yep.
What's my solution? It's a simple one.
Let's go.
The slider bags.
Oh,
the slider bags,
clever.
Sammy. Get your rigs organised, all right? Watching the telly or your bits and pieces, sitting at home. Get your rigs, put them in your Ziploc bags with the slider, get them all neatly organised in your Tupperware. Whiting rigs, 12 pound. Whiting rigs, 20 pound. Snapper rigs, da-da-da. We can't catch a snapper, of course, but just for an example, with the slider bags. And that way, when the fish are on, you pull it straight out, rig sorted. If one busts you off, all you need to go. So be organised.
Anyone told you you're a genius?
No, they haven't. But
No,
it's about time. I've heard you're a fishing nerd a lot, or you're a loser. But no, you should see me. Nick Murray obviously lives with me from the club. I potter with him. We put the kettle on. We have an English breakfast. I tie my rigs. He potters watching farm stuff on his phone. We're a happy little married couple.
Happy little old couple. I love that. Now, so you're a very organised fisho then, by the sounds.
I try to be.
You're not a messy fisho.
It honestly is crucial. Now, I've been a little bit silly with the extent of that Ziploc bag stuff, but it is so important to have your rigs and your gear organised because you actually catch more fish. Like, how often do you see someone stumbling around trying to organise a rig to get a bait in the water? Sammy, if your bait's not in the bloody water, you can't catch a fish. You don't catch it with the bait in the air. So, come on, let's be organised. Let's be organised fishos, and we're going to catch more fish as a result.
Well done, Nettie. Love your work tonight. Well done bringing the cockles along and giving that away to Raymond.
Well done,
Congratulations.
Raymond.
We'll get back in touch with you in a moment to give them away. And next Tuesday, you won't want to miss it because we've just declared 5 minutes ago that next Tuesday night is going to be the FIVEaa Fishing Show.
It's going to be our
National
biggest
Day.
show yet. How do you organise helium balloons? How do we get those in the building?
I'm sure we can sort that out.
We're having a show. We've got the live stream now. It's all happening. It's no one go to work next Tuesday. It's the FIVEaa Fishing Show day.
The full shebang from 6:30 next Tuesday. Have a great week, Nettie. Best of luck.
I'll see everyone out there. Let's go fishing. The winter fishing's still going well. Let's get out there and get amongst it, Sammy.
Absolutely. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Are you ready for this? Let's go. Mawson Lakes Mazda's end of financial year clearance sale is on now. And we're talking great deals right across the entire